know I'm a dreamer. Home sweet home. Tonight.
Hello again, everybody, and welcome to another exciting edition of Inspections Connections. Gather round, folks, and listen up because you're all in for a treat today. I'm Vito Bianca, the host with the most, your overworked and underpaid master inspector, the overfed and underappreciated man with a face born for audio, and your Sherpa for our trek into today's wilderness. So sit back, strap in, and make sure your tray tables are up, because with me, as always, is my illustrious, enigmatic partner in crime, the Bonnie to my Clyde and the Johnny Utah to my Bodie. She's the sorceress of service, the oracle of assistance, and the guardian of all things rock solid. Please give her a thunderous round of applause for our great and fearless customer service manager, Aiden. She once beat Bigfoot in a game of hide and seek. Rowley. How you doing, Aiden?
I'm doing great, Vito. You know, your enthusiasm and your introductions never disappoint.
Well, I think if you replaced enthusiasm with tons of caffeine, that would probably be closer to the mark.
I love it. Maybe that's what I need to start doing to achieve your level of excitement and energy.
Yes. Well, we could. You know what? I'll take that. Excitement and energy. It has nothing to do with the drugs. It's I love what I do. Hooray! Thank God we're not in the 80s anymore.
Speaking of excitement, I think we have somebody on the line that we might want to get in here and introduce as our special guest today, Vito.
You know, I'm thrilled to introduce to our listeners. Now, this is a brilliant mind behind the scenes. She is a maestro of Homegauge software, a beacon of innovation in the industry. Her name's Lauren Kelley. She's got the grace and wisdom of someone well beyond her years, and the driving force behind the scenes. She's literally ensuring that every inspector has the tools they need to conquer these digital worlds of home inspections. I've known her and been working with her for a little over a year now, and she is an unsung hero of their newest project. And she's come here to drop some knowledge about a game-changing product called Homegauge Protect. And welcome, Lauren Kelley. Thank you for being on the show. How are you today?
Great. Thank you for that intro. I'm over here blushing. Much appreciated. I'm great. And I have a question for you. What's your coffee drink of choice? Like, what's in it?
Caffeine and sometimes an extra shot of espresso. Sometimes an extra shot of espresso.
I like that. I'm great. I'm excited to be here. Excited to talk about Homegauge Protect. It's something I've been working on for a year plus. So kind of like my baby.
Well, before we get into that, tell us a little bit about you. Who is Lauren Kelley?
Yeah. So professionally, I've been with Homegauge for about 5 years. Before that, I was actually a teacher for a very short time. So started off in business, became a teacher for a couple of years, and now came back to business. So I've been with Homegauge for about 5 years. I do sales and inspector outreach and communication. So I'm talking to inspectors all day, every day, and it's my favorite job to date. So that's me. I have a 2.5-year-old daughter. I live in upstate New York, and that's that.
So, what exactly is Homegauge for those of our listeners who have no idea what Homegauge is?
So Homegauge is a home inspection software. So it's a software that home inspectors use to not only write their inspection reports, but we also have business management tools. So kind of be like a one-stop shop. You can do your agreements, schedule your appointments, accept payments, deliver your reports. So we're trying to, forward-thinking inspection software for home inspectors to look professional and grow their businesses.
That's got to be a hard business to be into with all the competition. I haven't knowing something about that. Okay, so if I'm a home inspector, why should I care? Why do I want you? And for the record, I am a customer. So I have an idea of the answer. But why do I want you instead of any number of your competitors out there.
Yeah, I talk about this a lot because I think no matter which software you choose, you're going to be able to write a report. Like, you'll figure it out. But the game changer for Homegauge, for me at least, and I think you can attest to this, is our customer support. They are just the best group of people. They live and breathe the inspection industry, and their number one priority is helping our customers. So that's the differentiator for me, our support team, our technical support team.
Now, Aiden, let me piggyback on that, because Aiden might not be aware of this, but I can say that's true, and I am personally responsible for more than a handful of gray hairs on your customer.
Well, the little bit of time that I have spent on Homegauge, just because my part of the job in the company doesn't require as much time on the software, but I can say with confidence that it's extremely user-friendly, and anything that I find that I'm ignorant to or is my own shortcoming on figuring something out on the software, your team is so quick to respond and be helpful. It's done within 5 minutes. I've had probably the best customer service experience beyond our own company with Homegauge.
Yeah, and I know you guys really value that. Yeah, it's so important.
There's value there for real estate agents too, not just home inspectors, isn't there? Tell us about that.
Yeah, we even have, like, when you call Homegauge, the main line, we have a specific line just for agents. So we are willing to help anybody and everybody that needs it, because I know, agents have to use Homegauge too. So we have special service just for you.
I bring that up because I have some agents that will only choose home inspectors who use Homegauge. They have an account, they can see all their stuff regardless of what inspector did it, and they like it that way and they don't want to change. So kudos to you guys. You've been a premier choice among some stiff competition in a market that's definitely been unfriendly to every service provider. So Great job. Good job, guys.
Well, thank you. And thanks to you and all the agents that use us. You are invaluable. We wouldn't be around without you.
So tell us about what you're here to talk about today, the Homegauge Protect.
Yeah, so Homegauge Protect came, inspectors were asking to offer something like a 90-day limited warranty. So they came to us, so we said, hey, let's do some research. Is this a good idea for us to offer? So a lot of research, I say, gosh, it probably goes back at least 3 years. What we found in our research, the two biggest issues in the market seem to be unpaid claims and a lengthy and confusing claims process. So that's kind of the foundation of what this was built on. We want to pay out claims, and we want to make filing a claim and being reimbursed simple. So we've created like an online portal to make that process easy. But the overarching theme and why we did it is we want our home inspectors to continue to add value to their inspections. So this is something that a home inspector can say, hey, listen, I care enough about you as my agent and my clients that, I'm going to cover this 100-day inspection guarantee. So I'll stop there. Aiden, is this new to you? Any questions?
This is a little new to me. Me and Vito had briefly kind of discussed some of the stuff that you're talking about. And obviously, I assume as we continue to talk, it's going to become a little bit more apparent to me. Obviously, we currently try to do the same. We try to offer as much value to our agents and buyers as we can and offer a 90-day warranty through a separate warranty company. But the thought of having it all through one place that we already truly trust to do our reporting through and create these portals for our agents, I can only imagine that this could be something of a positive for us, and I assume other companies as well.
Yeah, and I work closely with the claims team, and like I said, there's that, in this industry, it's like you think that they're just trying to deny claims, and I really love our claims team because they have empathy and they're real people, and we're really like paying out claims. Like we're trying to pay them out. So I know that's warranties get a bad reputation, and often it's well deserved, but we're really trying to change that.
Well, it's a two-edged sword, isn't it? I mean, a warranty company that gives out too many warranties runs out of business, but a warranty company that doesn't pay claims goes out of business. So you've got to be fair and you've got to be balanced, I suppose.
Yeah, I mean, obviously they'll do their due diligence, but I know there's been like a couple times for me, I've said, hey, can you double check this claim and maybe offer something, and they're willing to do that. And I feel like that in my book, just being open to investigation is a game changer. Like,
okay, so we know it protects clients, at least clients who read their inspection reports, because I'm assuming that if it's something that was called out in the home inspection, it's not going to be something necessarily that the warranty company is going to own afterwards. But how does protecting the clients protect your home inspectors and the agents who refer them?
So for home inspectors, it's a barrier between you and your E&O. Like, this can be the first step. If somebody has an issue, hey, I offer this inspection guarantee, file a claim, work with their customer service department, see if this can help you out. So it helps as a barrier between you and your E&O. And talking to an inspector the other day too, and it's a way to show you care. So if someone is upset, they call you, or hopefully they'll call us first, but you can show, hey, I offer this coverage, to give you peace of mind, and it will save you from maybe that bad review, to say, hey, I care enough that I have this coverage. Try to file a claim to see if they'll pay for some of this issue that you're having. So I think it helps your reputation, and I think that it's that barrier between you ever having to file a claim with your E&O insurance.
That's a good point. And I'm guessing that if I'm an agent and I'm referring home inspectors, any problems that can get taken care of before they come to me 6 months later are good for my reputation, right?
Exactly. And we try to make that clear, in the welcome email that home buyers get. We give the inspection company credit, like, hey, thanks to Vito, you have this peace of mind guarantee. But then we take over customer service from there. There's their claims portal, there's our customer service, because we don't want inspectors or agents having to deal with any of the claims process. Like, we want to be the ones dealing with that, to take the headache away from you.
Nice. Now, whose idea was this, by the way? Where did the whole idea of this come from?
Actually, it was a specific inspector. I'll call him out, Darren Jones. He brought it up to us a few years ago. Like, I want to offer this. Can you guys look into it? And then we got the ball rolling internally. So my colleagues Sam and David, they really drove it for the first couple of years, and then I took over to try and get inspectors to sign up.
No, I know the biggest complaint that I get through any warranty that we've ever offered our clients is, speed and efficiency is the most important. It's the calling to file your claim or putting in your claim and not hearing back for days or weeks on end, which can obviously leave somebody pretty antsy of wondering, where in the process this is happening. So much stress. Now, I anticipate with as quick as your customer service is, do we expect that would be the same kind of process with the warranty? Is that going to be, they're going to get updates on where their claim is at, whether that's an email or a phone call? Are they going to be sitting on hold for a while, or are they going to speak to somebody directly pretty quickly?
No, we are standing behind that type of customer service. And what's nice with this claims portal, a lot of it, they'll have updates digitally in the portal too. But no, we're standing behind high service that we've always tried to give everybody. So the way most claims will work with the portal, they'll file a claim, their inspection report will be requested, then they'll either have to show like an invoice or proposal, like a legitimate one. That's where the claims team will do due diligence. And then if it's approved, they get reimbursed via direct deposit in about 48 hours. So there's no paper mail. There's no need for approval. They can actually hire their own service person of choice, and there's no deductible. So, yeah, it should be quick and easy, and we're standing behind high standards of customer service.
And I should mention that if your claim is denied for any reason whatsoever, a representative of Homegauge will show up at your door with a box of chocolates and give you a shiatsu foot massage. It's a fact. It's been proven. Because who doesn't want a shiatsu foot massage?
I'm looking to travel. I'll be there.
Okay. So it's a warranty company, and it's got strong customer service. There's tons of warranty companies out there. What makes you different? Why is Homegauge Protect any different?
I think there's not a ton of red tape and the fine print. So you can look at some warranties in the industry, and it's, we'll cover $50,000, but it's really only going to be $3,000 if X, Y, Z. So there's not that writing, small print writing. There's a very upfront coverage summary that we can send anybody and everybody about what's covered and what's not. But yeah, it's not, hey, you have to pay $3,000 and $2,000. For Homegauge Protect, there is no deductible. There are no admin fees. You will get a true payout. So that's the difference. There's no fine print where we're trying to hide anything.
I got to tell you, I don't want ADT, Sony, I don't want the publishers clearing sweepstakes people. I don't want these people calling my customers and saying, Rock Vito sent me to call you to sell you some random service, and I have all your information. I don't want Ed McMahon showing up at anybody's house. God rest his soul. What are you going to do with the customer's information?
No third-party solicitation at all. So that's another huge thing, the feedback we've heard from inspectors, that's a game changer. There is no solicitation. The only thing, what we actually did just launch, the only time, so as Homegauge Protect comes to an end, so inspector covers first 100 days. As Homegauge Protect comes to an end, the homeowner will have an option to extend their coverage out of their own packet. They will get an email about that. Hey, as this coverage comes to an end, but it's from us, from the same. So no third-party solicitation at all.
That's amazing. I have to say that's incredible, because more often than not, how frustrating is it to get, 2-3 spam calls a day while you're trying to close a transaction, or you're just trying to get your furniture moved into your home, and you're receiving a million emails and phone calls, and it just feels a little bit too aggressive sometimes.
Yes, I know. I feel that moving quotes, and all of a sudden you get all these random phone calls. You're like, oh, why did I do that?
Now, is the warranty itself regulated or backed by a third party, or is it all through Homegauge?
It is backed and insured by a third party.
Ah, okay. And
so that's also nice too, that it's insured.
Nice. And in general terms, I'm not asking for, I don't need an actuary or anything up here, but what is the warranty cover? Give me, just a broad stroke.
Yeah. So it covers appliances, no age limit. So it covers appliances, electrical, plumbing, mechanical, all up to $500. Then HVAC, furnace things are up to $1,000. Garage door, roof leak repairs, and foundation are payouts up to $2,500. There can be multiple claims filed. The max payout is $2,500.
And the homeowner gets this all for 100 days, all this coverage for free, because the home inspector presumably is the one who purchased the package?
Exactly. It's 100 days post-inspection or 30 days post-close, whichever's longer. So you close 7 days after inspection, you have 93 days of coverage. You close 6 months after inspection, some crazy long close. The bare minimum you'd have is 30 days, which even on those long closes, the 30 days is nice because the sellers have been in the house for so long.
So even if I close 4 months, 5 months later, I'll at least get the 30 days, correct?
Exactly.
Nice.
Yeah.
Now, is there a limit on the number of claims?
Nope, not a limit on the number, just a limit on the payout. Max, they can file as many claims as they want. Max payout $2,500 aggregate.
Now, here's a tough one. Is this transferable for pre-listing inspections?
No, it's not.
Well, that would
Yeah,
be my
so
first. That would be my first recommendation in the suggestion box. The pre-listing market is huge.
Yeah, you're talking to the right person. I talked to the team and how we could, because their provision to the person on the report, which obviously there would be the seller, and how would we seamlessly transfer over? Yeah, I'll talk to the team today.
And that speaks, Aiden, agree or disagree, but I think that speaks to the kind of customer service that Lauren was touting just a few minutes ago.
100%, especially because that would probably be one of our biggest concerns as, the market is shifting and we're seeing fewer buyers in our inboxes and a lot more listing agents reaching out to kind of make their offers a little bit more shiny. That's something that I know we would definitely probably want to be seeing worked on, or something that we would look forward to maybe being a possibility.
Yeah, that could be really cool. I have a question. So pre-listing, what's usually the timeline that you've been seeing for those? You do has the homeowner already decided, hey, I want to sell, so let me just get this inspection to see, what I could do to make my house more appealing, or tell me more about that.
I'll
I personally see one. Oh, you got it, Vito? You go ahead.
No, please. You go first because you take the calls. I just deal with the inspection side. But go ahead first, and I'll piggyback.
We probably have two parts of the same answer, and I assume you'll be able to back me up and add to it. But I see usually two different types of situations. One of them, whom I actually spoke with today, it's whether they're doing it right before they're planning on listing. I know this realtor specifically was planning on having her listing go live on next Thursday. So she's wanting a pre-listing inspection just to kind of figure out exactly what the home buyer is going to see when they have their buyer's inspection, whether that's going to be to proactively get some things fixed and repaired so they don't have to have as many negotiations. A lot of times situations like that, it goes pretty quickly. Or you have where a property has sat on the market for a little bit and the seller is kind of getting into a bind, whether they're wanting to, sell their home to get into their new home, or they're trying to figure out maybe another way to make their listing a little bit more propped up and set apart from the rest. Those may be a little bit slower, but as this market continues, the product that's out there seems to go pretty quickly in general.
Yeah, but I could see how offering the seller saying, hey, I can transfer this guarantee to you, that could be really appealing.
It definitely backs up what we offer, because we offer our inspections as a pre-listing for the insurance reports to be transferable into the potential buyer's name. Now, we do that obviously to make their listing shiny, but it also makes their closing a lot quicker, especially since they're going to need those reports to close. If they can get ahead of the game with that makes each party satisfied and happy.
Yeah, I can totally see that.
So I don't know if this was covered, but typically the warranty companies will just, if it's a pre-listing and they know in advance it might be transferred, they might extend coverage by 30 days. So,
okay.
and it's at very little risk to them because, again, our reports are usually thorough enough to protect them, but they also have the added benefit that presumably the customer is going to fix any big issues that we find before they even sell the house. So there's some added protection there for the warranty company as well.
Yeah, okay, very true. Good idea. I will get back to you.
Now, let's get to brass tacks, nuts and bolts.
Oh, God.
As an inspector, what's this going to cost me?
It is $22 per property.
What? That's highway robbery. I won't pay it. Not a dime. Actually, that sounds fair. That's right in line with what other warranty companies are choosing, and the fact that the customers can choose. Well, first of all, the customers aren't getting harassed by a dozen third-party companies. They're only getting one call and one email asking if they want to extend their coverage for a year. And the fact that they can extend that coverage for a full year, I guess that brings some value, and not just to me as an inspector, but I'm guessing that should you choose to do so, if there's any agents out there listening today, think about this. Now you don't have to include that warranty as a gift, or you could go straight to your customer service rep through customer service in your Homegauge portal and offer to purchase that for them in advance. And who knows, knowing their vaunted customer service, you might get a little discount on it too.
Yeah, I think agents, if any agents listen to this, get in touch with us, and maybe we could even figure out a new path where, you maybe don't have to cover this anymore. There was something I wanted to say. Oh, and think about, so $22 could essentially be covering up to $2,500. So, yeah, I think that the payout outweighs, and, what most inspectors are doing is just raising their prices to cover it, as long as that's not going to price them out of the market. But the feedback's been awesome, and honestly, one of the biggest things I've heard is that realtors love it. So I hope everybody listening, if you've dealt with it, you feel the same way, or you have an open mind to this being a really cool thing.
Now, Vito brought up a good point that I was going to touch on as well, about a lot of our realtors will purchase a warranty for their buyers as a gift to them for their closing. Let's say that a realtor wanted to come in through Homegauge and say, hey, I want to go ahead and already extend their warranty. What's something like that going to cost a realtor who calls in and asks that?
That's a great question. I would imagine if a realtor wanted to do that, so this Protect Plus, the pricing it's $35 a month or $420 for the year. So, and there's a sewer add-on of $7 a month or $84 for the year. So yeah, that's something else to explore. Like if a realtor did want to cover it, I'm sure we could figure out a way to make that happen.
Because what I'm thinking too is, I love promoting people who are partners with us and who help me in the industry. I mean, that's something I would love to maybe create a sheet or something that we even post on our website to offer our agents that like to do that. Like, hey, these are packages that we offer for the warranties, or these are joint different types
of warranties
good idea.
That
we offer.
I love that. I'm going to talk to the team about that today too, because that would be really cool and I don't really see why it couldn't work initially, like letting the realtor cover once the 100 days are up for a month, for 2 months, for a year, their choice. But I will talk about that today too. I love it.
Man, there you go. None of us is as dumb as all of us. We can collaborate like nobody's business. So, Lauren, tell me, if anyone has any questions or wants more information, how do they get in touch with you?
So I'm just Lauren at Homegauge, LAUREM at homegauge.com. And then I'll ramble off my phone number. Hopefully, if anybody, it's 828-254-2030, which is Homegauge's main phone number. And my direct extension is 262.
And don't forget, when you buy your next Homegauge Protect Plus plan, to use the promo code VITO for a free shiatsu massage, and I get one too. That's my finder's fee.
Yep. Yeah, I'll be there. I was thinking, who's the guy, the Publishers Clearinghouse. I was going to make a joke, him and I, although I know he's no longer around, we'll show up together for the foot massage.
Ed McMahon, and you better bring a
Yeah,
pet.
Ed McMahon.
Have some gnarly old man feet too.
Ed McMahon and I will be there.
Any last words, anybody, before we let you go? And I want to thank everybody again. Like I mentioned at the start of this podcast, this episode has been recorded in memory of our dear departed, beloved friend and the original pioneer at Homegauge, Shancy Garrison, who we lost during the pandemic. We miss you, we love you, and God willing, we hope to see you in the future, in the next life. So before we
Second that, she was amazing.
Before we end that, does anyone have any final thoughts or comments?
I just want to say, thanks to you, Vito and Aiden and Rock Solid, and anybody else listening that's part of Homegauge. We appreciate you so much, and you are so valuable to us. And just know we're always here for you, agents alike. Anything we can do to help, please don't ever hesitate to let us know.
It's true. The squeaky wheel gets the grease, man. I'm living proof.
No, I can't say how much I appreciate you coming on here. I know we're pretty formal, but Vito does like to throw in some tough questions, and you handled them perfectly. But I assume that you and I will be in contact in the future, and hopefully we can get some marketing stuff going on to definitely offer something like that to the realtors. So you're going to be my new friend.
Yeah. It's so funny. My best work friend is Aiden, too. So I definitely won't forget. I'm going to have 2 Aidens now.
See, I'm just lucky that I have 2 lovely, intelligent ladies to be girl bosses and manage my incompetence. Without the 2 of you, I wouldn't even sound legible. So, thank you.
I will say, coming on to this, I wasn't nervous. I was just excited. And that says a lot, that I was just, excited to come talk to you, too. It didn't feel like a chore. I've been looking forward to this. And so thank you.
All right, everybody, don't forget to send your questions about Homegauge Protect to Lauren at homegauge.com, and any podcast questions to inspectionconnections@gmail.com. Thank you for joining. Have a great week, everybody, and we will catch you on the flip side.